Good morning, folks. The time is, it's 10:50 a.m., my friends, on Sunday, the 27th of April, 2025. Now, of course, my friends, that is Monday, the 28th. For my friends on the other side of the planet there, my friends in Australia, Pacifically, well, I guess so, specifically, my friends in Melbourne. I hope everybody's doing fantastic today. My name is Lee. I'm the guy who started the group. Well, I thought it was funny. That group's so funny that we started it twice, my friends. And boy, it sure is a good idea we did. But anyways, my friends, I'm Lee. You are you. And you are so amazingly awesome, my friends. How do I know that? Well, these groups were nothing until you came along. And these groups are now awesomely amazing. Doesn't that make you awesomely amazing? It sure does, my friends. You know, we've got over 672,000 members in these two groups. 670 and change in one and over 1,300 in the other one. I like to call that the funniest city on the internet. Population you, population me. Funny people in a funny place, and we make people laugh, my friends. We are funny. So what are you all doing today? I'm going to tell you what I'm doing today. It is cold and kind of rainy outside, so Wendy and I are going to go to the farmer's market. You know, get some produce and stuff like that. Just walk around, see what's happening. And we're going to go grab some pasta sauce from a place called Jeb's Joint. It's a little place in the farmer's market. And the guy who runs it is Jeb Fink. Jeb Fink is a comedian. That's right. And Jeb Fink was a comedian. And he was a radio personality here in Calgary, although he's from LA originally. And he runs this place called Jeb's Joint, and he makes amazing pasta sauce. It was, seems like it was a really good transition for him. Good stuff. Gonna go by and buy some of his pasta sauce, and I'm also gonna see if I can get an autograph from him, because Mr. Jeb Fink is on this comedy CD. That's right, this comedy CD from Yuck Yucks, a Canadian chain of comedy clubs that I believe are international now, but I think they started in Canada. But anyways, he's on this. This is from the 90s. In fact, that's him right there with that helmet head. I'm going to see if I can get him to autograph this today. I hope he doesn't find that uncomfortable. And I might talk to him to see if he'd be willing to tell a joke for us, for our joke segments, folks. I don't know if it's something he'd be into, but I think I'm going to ask him. So that is what I'm up to. What are you folks doing today? I heard from Rose Glad yesterday. She said, well, not much happening, just hanging out with the dogs. Well, that's an awesome day. It's a great way to spend a Saturday, hanging out with the pooches. You know, surrounded by love. I think that's fantastic. We also heard from Michelle. She's saying having a lazy day. I'm not sure what... she was having a lazy day yesterday. She commented on my comment about her photo that I shared yesterday. She's saying she wasn't sure if that one plant is a pitcher plant. She took a picture of it because she's been seeing hearts ever since her dad passed away a few years ago. And you know what? Hey... look for the love, right? She shared a great photo, though, today. It's actually a collage of photos of hearts that she found in the wild. And take a look at that. Take a look at that right there. I think that's a great photo, great collage of photos. Thank you so very much, Michelle. And folks, I want to know what you're doing today. I really do. Let me know what you're doing today, or let me know what you're doing tomorrow, whatever you want to share with me. And I'd love to talk about it tomorrow, folks. So let's do it. Let's make a connection. All right, I'm kind of rushing today, and I am sorry, but I do have a couple of great posts, though. I made sure I got a couple of great posts that I went looking for, and you know what? They are hilarious, and they're from names you're going to recognize, or at least I think you're going to recognize. One is from Gail Countaway. Gail Countaway not only is a great contributor to the groups, she's also my co-admin in both. And then I've got another one from Corey Buckner. Corey's been a friend of mine for years now. Corey and I met because of our mutual love of retro video games. Corey runs an amazing community called Collections, ColexIons.com. It's a community of artists where you can see his art and the art of a lot of other artists. Check it out. It's a great place, folks. But I've got great posts from both of those folks, and both of these made me laugh, friends. That's why we're sharing them, and that's why I share any of these. They made me laugh. Post your stuff if it's funny, and if I see it and I laugh, good chance I'm gonna feature yours too. So let's start off with Corey Buckner's. Bringing that up right away. You should know this. You should know your conversion. Corey, I freaking love this, man. Like, there's only like 2 countries that'll get the imperial part, and the rest of the world gets the metric part. That's an awesome joke. Thank you so very much. Well, one of those countries has almost 400 million people in it, so I guess it's all right. Corey, thanks, man. Thanks for making me laugh. Okay, so the next one, as I stated, is from Gail. Gail Countaway, my co-admin on these groups. Let me bring that up right now. And that's me. If you know me, you know you see this coming every morning. Thanks, Gail. These aren't fake laughs. These aren't fake laughs, my friends. You know, I find these, they make me laugh, then I get them ready to go for today, and then I look at them again and they make me laugh again. Well, that's why I'm sharing them, because I find them funny. Gail, thank you. Thank you very much, Corey. These are hilarious posts. And folks, you fill these groups up with nothing but hilarious posts, my friends. And I want to say thank you for that to everyone out there, my friends. You folks are what make these groups amazing. And those posts were amazing. Amazingly funny, my friends. Thank you. All right, let's take a look at where we are right now. I think I came out. I told you what the time was. I started late. I'm so very sorry. Then I told you what the date was. My part of the world, the other part of the world. Hello, Melbourne. Hey, Jody Roberts. How you doing, buddy? Then of course, I told you how awesome you were before that, after, I introduced myself and all that stuff. Of course, I didn't forget that part. And then we featured a couple. No, we didn't. Then I told you about my day today, how I'm going to be going to the farmer's market, and I told you how Rose Glad hung out with the dogs yesterday, and Michelle said she had a lazy day, but she still shared a great photo with us. And then I featured 2 funny posts, one from Corey Buckner, one from Gail Countaway, and that got us here, where I kind of figure out where I am. And then from here, the only place to go, and you know what it is, it's the bad jokes. Nobody understands my love of Def Leppard quite like my 4 sons, Gunter, Gleben, Glouten, and Globen. If I ever go to jail, I've got nothing to worry about, because I know my wife will get me out. Why? Because she never lets me finish the sentence. I accidentally handed my wife a glue stick instead of her chapstick when she asked for it, and well, she's still not talking to me. I'm not saying that I'm old, but I will say that dinner time and bedtime are getting real close together. Last night I accidentally glued my thumb and forefinger together. I'll be okay for a while. My proctologist used to be a photographer. Last time I went to go see him, he said, "Bend over and say cheese." I came from a real tough neighborhood. Once a guy pulled a knife on me. I could tell right away he was an amateur. There was still butter on it. Why don't you ever see hippos hiding in trees? Because they're that good at it. I searched a list of 10 puns to find one that would make me laugh. No pun intended. What do you call a snobbish criminal walking down the stairs? A condescending. I am so glad that you folks come back for those jokes. I really am. Because what's the point of telling them if you didn't? I know a few of you like them, and I know a few of you actually come back for them, and that makes me feel good. Because the whole point of those are to make you laugh. They really are. I know Rose Glad likes them. I know my friend Corey Buckner likes them. I know a few more of you do too. And I should tell you where I got those jokes today. Well, the first one about my love of Def Leppard, I just found that one on the internet, and that's one of the funniest new jokes that I've heard, new to me jokes, that I have heard in a long time. And then the next 4 jokes after that were all from my friend David Knapp. That's right, Dave Knapp provided me with some jokes yesterday. Perfect timing, my friend David. And then after that, the next 2 jokes after that were from the late, great Ronnie Dangerfield. There was the one about the photographer proctologist, and then the one right after that about coming from a rough neighborhood, the butter on the knife. Those were both from Rodney Dangerfield. And the other ones I just found out there on the ether, my friends. But you know what? I want to tell your jokes. I really do. Just like I tell Dave's jokes. How do you do that? You send your jokes to jokes@wellithoughitwasfunny.com. Jokes@wellithoughitwasfunny.com. All one word, that wellithoughitwasfunny.com. Well, not the .com part. And send them in, and if I can, I'm going to use them. And if I do use them, you are definitely getting credit, my friends. I promise you. I don't steal jokes. Just right, like I just did a moment ago. I tell you where I get my jokes from, my friends. I do. And I will credit you for any jokes that I use, I promise. But you know what would be even more cool? How about you recording yourself telling your own joke and sending that in? That's right. How do you do that? Well, you pick up your phone. That's right. You pick up your phone, you turn on the camera, you make sure the front-facing camera's on. That's the one that you look at your phone and you can see your beautiful face. That's your front-facing camera. And then you hit video. That's right, hit that video button. And then you hit record, and then you look into that camera on your phone and you tell a joke. You tell a joke, and then you send that joke to the same place we got you to send your other jokes to, jokes@wellithoughitwasfunny.com. You do that, and I can feature that on the video. I will. If I can get 10 people doing that or more, I'm going to have a joke segment where it's just you folks telling jokes. I'll introduce it, and then you folks will tell the jokes. That, my friend, will be cool. So send your jokes and you telling jokes to jokes@wellithoughitwasfunny.com. All right, folks, I am running late because I started late, and I'm so very sorry about that, but it was one of those, it's a rainy Sunday, and I just couldn't get going fast. Now, I do have I'm going to start wrapping up right now. I'm not going to the store or nothing. Maybe I'll throw a dumb commercial at the end after that little video. If you want to watch it, watch it. But I do have a question for you. I have a new camera that I'm using today. I'm not convinced that I like it, but I'm not convinced that I hate it. I want to know what you think of the video quality today. Did it look all right? You're the ones watching it, so I want to know from you. What do you think compared to the other ones? Does this video look all right? It's an expensive camera, but it's a quirky little camera too. So I mean, if you folks think I should return it and try something else, let me know, because I still have time. That's the only good thing right now about buying from Amazon in Canada, I should say, is the fact that I can still return stuff really quick. So let me know what you think of the video quality today, and then I'll make a decision based on your input, if I get any input on that. Now, folks, we are going to wrap up. We're going to wrap up pretty quick, too, because we are going to the farmer's market, and Wendy's waiting for me, and I still got to edit this video. Folks, I want to repeat something I said at the beginning. 670, let's say 673,000 members. That's in our two groups. That's a bigger population than many cities on the planet. So that's why I call us the funniest city on the internet. Population, you and I, my friends. And we're funny people. We're living in a funny place, and we make so many people laugh. I hear from people every week. I get DMs from people saying that the group just means so much to them. And while that can be a little heavy, I love the fact that we're making people laugh. I really do. Because that's the whole plan of this, is to make people laugh. And we've been successful. We've been successful, but because of you, not because of me, my friends. So thank you. Thank you for being awesome, and thank you for making us awesome. We just keep growing, and we're only growing because it's a great place that people find interesting, my friends. And hey, let's see if we can hit 1 million within a year, eh? Race to 1 million? Well, even if we don't hit that, we still got the greatest group right now. With what we have right now, we're already the greatest group on the internet, my friends. And if we hit 1 million, we're just that much better. That's all, right? You got it, my friends. So I am going to wrap it up real quick. You know, folks, I'm going to be here again tomorrow. Hopefully you're going to be here again tomorrow. Maybe we'll have a few new people with us, but even if we don't, we're already the funniest group on the internet, and we're already the best group on the internet, my friends, and that's because of you. All the love, my friends, and see you tomorrow.
Well, I thought it was funny.
Well, I think it was funny.
Well, I thought 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 it was funny.